Merry meet guys, and welcome back to Witches of the Moon. I had actually previously made a video for this week, yesterday, which was Sunday. I'm up recording this now on Monday night. And for some reason, um, when I went to bed that last night, I wasn't able to go to bed till almost 3 o'clock because I had these ideas that I just wasn't able to put forward into the video. But with all that aside, welcome back to Witch of the Moon. I am your Wednesday host, Houston, and this week on Season 6, Week 6, we are talking about music and the craft. And this is an awesome topic for me. I grew up in a musical family, so I use music, whether it be the spoken words, music from devices such as my cell phone, my computer. Spotify is one of my favorite fucking things to use, um, or where it is drum beats, rattles, flutes, bells, things like that in my practice. And so, um, and um, before we start off, I want to recommend an amazing book by a fantastic author. He is the author who wrote the book Animal Speak, which is one of my favorite books. And it is called Sacred Sounds: The Magic and Healing Through Words and Music by Ted Andrews. This is a fantastic book, and it talks about um, that healing and magic through vibrations and sound and words and music. Um, Music, when we think of music and when we think of magic, music in and of itself can lift one's spirits. It can get you out of a low place if you're in a low place. It could help you get rid of anger if you're pissed off. I know if I've had a bad day at work, um, I'm not really a. I listen to all types of music, and it's just my personal preference. I don't really listen to heavy metal or rap per se. But anything in between those two, I pretty much listen to. I'm open-minded to new things, and I'm finding new music every day. I'm also a dancer, so so finding music that resonates with oneself is it's very empowering. Because, like I was saying, when I've had like a really rough day at work, I will throw in on my way home. I will throw in one of my favorite CDs that I know has, you know, extreme belting notes, or you know, that has the high energy and kind of just gets you in the releasing mode. And I would have that blaring in my car, and I'll be belting out to the lyrics. And when I'm belting out the lyrics, I'm releasing that pent up anger, or releasing the frustration of the day. Or I've had times where I have, during ritual, um, on my phone, I have Spotify, so on my phone I have a list of pagan music, and if I feel that a certain ritual needs a particular atmosphere, I will have one or two songs set on continuous repeat. Whether it's to help build up power, to set the atmosphere of the area, to help me cleanse the area, to consecrate it, or what have you. Music is an extremely powerful tool, and I think it's very underestimated. Um, I know in ceremonial magicians and ceremonial craft, and even those of chaos magicians and those who work in the art of evocation and invocation, um, the vibration of um, the deity's name or the spirit's name is extremely important. You need to be able to vibrate it so much where it comes into being. And that is the magic of music, or the magic of sound. There's also little tips and tricks of like having, wind chimes outside for the fairies, um, or clearing your space using bells, a bell which I do have. One second. Well, that went down the drain. It fell over, but I do have a brass bell that I use when I am clearing space. My partner likes to use his singing bowl when he is getting in the when he feels like he needs to cleanse. Other than burning, he sometimes when you clean or when you need to cleanse, burning sage just isn't enough. So we go all around and do, burn the sage, light some other incense, maybe a dragon's blood or pure home by him, which is amazing smelling incense. Just throwing that out there. But we also would use a singing bowl and um, to kind of cleanse the area of things that maybe the sage didn't catch or didn't keep out, and that kind of heightens the vibration of our atmosphere and of our home and of our sanctuary. Um, so one of the things that I personally enjoy doing, um, and I think everyone enjoys doing it, is singing in the shower. And this is one of the most magical moments and uplifting moments of my day. I, shower twice a day, once in the morning to wake yourself up, and then once at night just to kind of wind yourself down. But one of my favorite songs to sing, if I'm taking a cleansing shower for magical working. I'm sorry, my allergies are itching up, so my nose itches really bad. But if I'm working up to do something for magical working, and I've for the past week or 2 weeks, this song has been. There's actually a couple songs that have been in that I sing, and like I said, I did grow up in a musical family. I was part of the church choir, part of the community choir. I was in band, so I know how to play some instruments. I know how to sing. My mom was a singer, and my mom and dad were both in band, so was my little brother. So we grew up in kind of a musical family. My uncle, who was passed, he was a DJ, which I find it really cool. And my grandmother was one of the lead sopranos in our church choir before she passed away as well. But so what I find really cool is when I am getting ready to do a cleansing shower or whatever, I have this song playing, and when I'm belting it out, and the song isn't really a pagan song to an extent. It's Pure Imagination by Josh Groban. Um, just the way he sings it and the orchestra behind it, it just cleanses my energy field and cleanses the space and gets my mind ready for either magic workings, sleep, relaxation, getting ready to do some nighttime studying. Um, that is one of the songs that I have been going back to. And it goes from the low ranges all the way up to the high ranges, so it gets all the pitches in between, so you can really work with and experience all of the energy clearing and energy balancing. Um, it has been documented, and in this book, The Sacred Sounds, he talks about tonal pitches that correspond with your 7 chakras. And I found this interesting when I was in. It always happens. I get an epiphany in the shower. But when I was in the shower the other night, I noticed, or I thought, there are 7 notes. So you have C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Those notes correspond with your 7 main chakras. So you would start off at the base chakra being middle C. Then the sacral is D, right above middle C. And then E is the solar plexus. F is the heart. G is the throat. A is the third eye. And B is the crown. And then there are also variations in chords that can work with enhancing and empowering and uplifting the aura as well. There are as we all know, there are more than just 7 chakras in our energy body. There are multiple multitudes, that's the word, multitudes of chakras. We have chakras in our hands, in our feet, our fingertips, our joints, and also the higher heart chakra, the spleen chakra, the higher self chakra goes all the way up to that. I'm lost for words. But there's a couple above that, and there's also some below our feet. There are notes. They may not be those 7 original notes. They're variations of it. So let's say I am just taking a guess because I haven't really done research that, instead of a middle C, being the base, that your Earth star chakra would be the low B, B flat or B, or A sharp or whatever, something lower, and it resonates. And I have found with doing healing work, since I am a Reiki master and Shambhala master, a celestial energy master, shamanic healing, working with all those different modalities of healing, incorporating sound when I do a healing session provides profound results. You definitely see the energy shift, and usually the person or the client that I'm dealing with feels it more so than if I'm just doing hands-on energy without anything else. Maybe muttering a prayer or bringing in other energies, but when I work with sound, where I'm either singing or using a rattle, because I do use a rattle. I have 2, um, and that I can grab. Hold on. I have 2. This one, me, my partner, and my best friend Taylor, we went to a powwow up in, or here in Charleston, and I think these are made out of almond shells, but I use this to get rid of stagnant energy in the energy body if I don't want to use, that's one of the ways to do it. And since we're talking about sound and music, I thought that'd be a perfect example to bring in. Another thing that I like to do is when I am working with, we're going to go back to cleansing. So when I'm working with cleansing my home or a space before I do a reading, a tarot reading, or a psychic reading, or a healing of any kind, or just a consultation to meet new people and or even have a ritual. It's not when I do that. I have sage, of course. I use sage or a mixture of sage and dragon's blood, or an incense that is specifically meant to heighten the vibrations of the place and get rid of the lower vibrational energies. But what I do is I sing, or I have this song playing, and it's not, for me, it resonates with me, but it may not resonate with other people. The song is Amazing Grace, My Chains Are Gone by Noteworthy BYU. They are an all-female a cappella group out of New York, I believe. I believe. I could be wrong, but I'll put a link to their music video. It's phenomenal. Every time I hear it, I have chills, or I get the chills. It's just when I sing that, or when I have that playing in the background when I'm cleansing, my mind is set. I'm set on cleansing, because in that verse it says, "My chains are gone, I've been set free." The words in that song to me are powerful, and like I said, it may not, it doesn't have to be um, pagan music. I know there's some people out there that are pagan that don't like pagan music at all. They just don't like the way it sounds, and that's fine. That's their thing. Um, I like all types of music, like I said before, other than heavy metal, because I just don't like heavy metal or rap. That's just, it doesn't, those two things just don't jive with me. Um, so we're gonna keep going because I have a lot more to talk about. And with those, but with the Amazing Grace, I will sing it if I feel like that I've been bogged down or if I just need to cleanse a space, I will sing it and I will cast out my energy. Because when I'm singing it, I usually call in, when I start to sing or want to clear, I call in my guides and I sing, or I have the music playing and I let the music go through my mind and I out, sh- project that out into my area and to cleanse and to uplift and to get rid of the yuck that has been that may have settled. We're not all perfect. Things do, even if you think that you are protected all times from certain things, things do latch on. And that is the cool thing about witchcraft, is that we know and we can feel when there's something not right, and we have the ability to change it. And music is a fantastic way, is one of many fantastic ways of getting rid of things or healing or setting up a space where you can do magic either for positive intentions or negative intentions. So I want to talk about vibration and actually vibrating at a certain tone, the God names or the name of your deity, to bring them forth, or your guides. If you know your guide's name, or one of your spirit animal names, or your angel names, or your name of your higher self and your true self, and you want to bring them into circle, it is known and, well, I shouldn't say known. It has been written that you should intone or vibrate and feel that vibration vibrate your entire body. And when it leaves your body, you are bringing that energy forth. So when you are doing, or if you do, or if you have practiced any ceremonial witchcraft, which I have practiced a little bit of it, and there are some things that I do and some things I don't do. Um, it's just that I have a hard time dealing with the Kabbalah. I haven't wrapped my mind around it yet, which I just feel is not, this time is not, I'm not ready for it yet. So I have that put aside. I have books on it. I just haven't opened them. But when I do the lesser banishment ritual, the pentagram, and you're intoning and vibrating the names of God, or the God names at the four corners, and you are then intoning and naming the the Kabbalistic cross, and the archangels for more protection. You you can definitely just say them out loud. You don't have to intone them, but if you intone them and they vibrate through your being, you feel a more powerful presence. You feel that this is working. It is all about intent, of course. I'm not saying that if you don't vibrate the names that it's not going to work. It's going to work if you believe it's going to work. But when you vibrate those names and intone those names, which they're technically the same, they're not interchangeable. They're technically the same, but they're not interchangeable. Those two words, vibrate and intone. Um, you are bringing that aspect out from in yourself and into the atmosphere around you. So when you call on um, Yud He Vav He, Adonai, Ehe Eh, or Agla, in the four corners of the circle, you are empowering that circle with the names of God, because you resonated and you yourself have become a God. We have the power of creation, and through intoning, that is a fantastic way to manifest. Usually, another thing that I've learned through my study of chaos magic is when you make a sigil and you have that short phrase, if you can intone that phrase multiple times to where you're in a trance-like state, that intonation and vibration is sent out into the universe, and you are manifesting what that sigil represents. Um, this is actually a long video, but I had a lot to talk about. I don't know why. It's just, um, like I said earlier, music plays an extremely important role in my life, and it does in my partner's life too, and the rest of my family. Um, I think that's why we've been together so long, because we our love of music and other things. But for me, I have a clairaudient ability, and when one of my guides is near, and it's usually my mom's mom. She passed when I was 6. She passed when I was 6 or 7. I was in first grade. Um, but there was this one song that she would sing to me all the time, and it's "You Are My Sunshine," and I have it on my wall. I the right there. Um, I have it on my wall. That was a gift from my mom last 2 Christmases ago, and we both teared up because we knew how much it meant. But she would sing that to me when I was little, and it would lull me off to sleep. But when I am getting stressful and I need help, and I need to either calm down or I need inner guidance, and I call on her, I don't feel her presence physically. I hear it. I hear the song "You Are My Sunshine" going through my head. That is how music plays a part. In the morning, when I wake up, I may have a particular song stuck in my head. And that for me is a prediction, a premonition of sorts of how the day is going to go. Um, like um, last night I have no idea what the hell was going on, but I had the song "A Thousand Miles" by Vanessa Carlton, I believe. You know, the one you hear on the old Kay's Jeweler commercials with the piano. I had that going through my head, just the piano part, and then the beginning when she started singing, it would replay and replay and replay it again. And I think that was for me a symbol of my brain not being able to shut down. So music for me is a very important tool in what I use, but it's also symbolic. So for those who are developing their psychic abilities, and you feel that you are more clairaudient than anything, I believe that we are all psychic and we all have the clairs within us. Some of us are more prone to clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairgustance, claircognizant, what have you. All the clairs. I've actually learned of some other clairs, clairtangency, which I didn't know that was one. I just thought it was psychometry. It's just a fancier name for psychometry. But all of us are psychic. And when you tap into those psychic centers, for me, I don't hear. I can't say I don't hear. I do hear. Um, but I rarely hear voices speaking to me unless I ask a specific question. Like if I am going into a meditation, um, or a where I'm tuning out and I'm just focusing on a question. Um, and I ask my guides, my angels, my spiritual posse, if you want to go, my peeps, like Flora Sage says. I call them my spiritual family. Um, but it doesn't usually come to me in words, it comes to me in song. So I have to then research the song and then listen to the song for it to go away and then understand what the meaning was. And that song brings back the emotion that ties into the answer of what I was asking. So for me, I'm more emotional based, with being also an empath, in dealing with emotions. It's just, there is so much that one can gain from just incorporating little tricks and tips to make to integrate music into your craft, because there are so many things throughout history where chants have been used to raise power, to where we are now using radios and CDs and music to either raise power, set the space, set tone for meditation. There are now, on YouTube, you can find a ton of them called, now that I bring it out, I'm not going to be able to remember the name, but the binaural beats to help you get rid of headaches, pain, help you get into a meditation, lucid dream, shamanic journey, healing, anything. You can type in binaural beats and it'll come up with a ton of stuff. But with those, you need to have your headphones on because it works with different hertz of sound, and it kind of readjusts your brain level and makes the brain do what you want it to do instead of it going all haywire. We don't have, for most part of the day, we don't have total control of our mind. We as practitioners work very, 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 very hard to control what comes out of our mouth and what we think, what we say, and what we do, because we know that those actions carry energy. Um, and I know this doesn't really have much to do with music, but when you're working with music, can help you escape if you need to escape. Music can help you gain more confidence. Music can help you get over a heartbreak. Music can help you heal. Music can help you laugh when you think that you were hit rock bottom. Music can also, there's so many benefits. Um, the last thing I want to share is one of my favorite spells, and it involves music. It's by an author that I hold dear to my heart. Other people don't like her for her writing style, and I can understand that, but she was one of the first authors that I got into, and I love all of her works, and that's Silver Ravenwolf. And one of her books, in her witchcraft book series, she has to ride a silver broomstick, to stir a magic cauldron, to light a sacred flame. And to light a sacred flame, she talks more about magic and ritual. To stir a magic cauldron, she talks about sacred space. And then in the first book, to ride a silver broomstick, is more about the history and the history behind witchcraft and what it is and what it's becoming. Um, they're fantastic books, but I digress. In To Light a Sacred Flame, she talks about. My nose is killing me. I really need to take some Benadryl. Um, Sorry. But she talks about one of the best things that she has learned to get rid of a hex. If you feel like you are down on your luck, if you feel like that someone is throwing shit your way, or you feel like you were just in a depressive funk, um, one of the best things, her spell's called the Angels of Country Music. And what the spell takes is you call on your angel guides, your guardian angel, your spirit guides, or whatever, and you turn on a country radio station or have a country CD in, you crank your radio up as loud as you can tolerate it, and you clean. You clean your house from top to bottom. And then afterwards, you can sage, you can um, do take a spiritual bath to get rid of everything. But in the act of doing that, I don't know why she picked country music. Maybe it was an intuitive hit from her. But when I have tried it, I tried it, at my apartment, and I haven't tried living here yet. We're gonna do that soon. But when I've tried it, it has worked wonders. My life has like turned it up, did a 180 and kind of turned up, back on its feet. So try that. I hope you guys have enjoyed my long ramble. I know this was kind of a longer video for me. My past couple videos have been kind of short, but music is, in the craft of music, is something very dear and near to my heart. And it's something that, like I said, I use every day. Um, you can't get me in a car with the radio going without me singing. And when, on a final note, when you sing, or even if you feel like you're not the best singer in the world, sing. Sing or speak. Speak the lyrics. Because once you're doing that, you're letting go of ego, and you're letting go of what's holding you back. And when you sing, and you're expressing yourself, and when you express yourself, you're opening up your throat chakra so you can speak the truth and you can know the truth. The throat chakra is blocked off by lies. So when you lie to yourself and when you lie to others, it is closed off. It is also closed off from the ego telling you you're not good enough. You can't do this. You're not ready for this. So when you feel like those things are going on in your mind, pick one of your favorite songs, and you don't have to belt it out. You can just kind of like hum it along. But as long as you are expressing yourself through the music and feeling the music, you are opening up the throat chakra. I do recommend that you guys do some research on tones and pitches and working with that through your chakra system. There's also different tones and pitches if you want to work with the archangels like I do. And they also are 7 archangels that correspond with your chakras as well. But that's for a totally different topic. And if you guys want to know more about that, put in the comment section below, and I will make a personal YouTube video on my personal channel about it, going into more detail, more than I already have. This is 30 minutes long, for God's sakes. But I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to say on music and the craft, and I hope you guys learned something out of it. And if you did, and if there's something you want to share, please do in the comment section. I love it when we can have conversations back and forth, and not just us, because other people will see the comments and they'll learn something, and then you guys, both of you, the commenters, will engage in conversation, and you'll learn and make friendships and grow, and that's what this is all about. Witches of the Moon is at least what I feel is a YouTube collab channel that brings about topics that helps people expand their train of thought, broaden their mind. So I think this was my late night ramble. But yeah, I've toned down. Thank you guys if you have made it through this video. Thank you for watching this entire video of me talking about music and my craft. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, or anything, or want to discuss anything, or want to request a video for me to do, please leave it down below in the comment section. I will have an Amazon link to this book in the description box, along with my personal YouTube channel and my Instagram, and then our links that we do for Witches of the Moon, so you can find us on Facebook if you have not already. Twitter, we have a Facebook, Twitter, Instagram account, and a Tumblr account if you have not followed those already. So without further ado, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and until next week, many blessings.